magandang gabi. It's a Saturday night, so it's chat time with Wendy. Muntik na, muntik na tayo hindi matuloy. I don't know, there's a problem with the internet connection. Again, sana tuloy-tuloy tayo tonight. But please bear with us. Good evening sa inyong lahat. And nawala ako. As always, salamat for bearing with the situation, with always giving me the inspiration to keep on kasi I always see you and hear I always read your comments that you are anticipating the episode for tonight. So every guest natin, you're really looking forward to it. Medyo heavy yung ating title tonight, collaborative partnership, right? But before we go into that, salamat as always sa mga present sa atin. Chinkay, kanina ka pa dyan. Jenny, Yun, Apple, Kathia, are you still there? Jenny Rowena, Marilu, Foxy, caregiver, salamat sa suporta. Chris, Yun, Jenny ulit, Apple, Nemuel. Thank you very much. So as we go along and sa mga silent watchers natin, just come and put your comments there. Hello, Lalian. Ayun, our guest for tonight, I'm excited to present her to you. I'm excited for this chat. She's a fellow Filipina. She's also a mom, like me, a wife, of course. And like me, she also has a very Filipino family kasi we are both married to Filipino men. So of course, that makes our children Filipinos living in Korea, in a foreign country. So how does she do it? I'd like to know, and we'll get to know more about her life here, and her children's life, her husband, and of course, she just recently started this startup. So that's why she's into this collaborative partnership. And she does not just use that collaborative partnership sa ginagawa niya ngayong business. She's also doing that as a wife, as a mother. So let's get to know more about her. Hindi ko pa nasabi how I got to know her. I got to know her as one of the honorary reporters. So nakapag-bonding kami sa mga activities and trips as honorary reporters. We'll talk more about that later. So, friends, let's all welcome Miss Sheena Edillie Pia-Solis. Did I say your name right? The second name, Edillie? Hi, Sheena. I cannot hear you.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Wendyflor's channel, and welcome to my home studio, my home office.
Yeah, thank you for your time, Sheena, for us, and for saying yes to tonight's interview. Excited ako. Tell us a little bit about yourself before we start.
So what do you want to know about me first? About
Yeah,
the startup or about myself? Shall I
family,
read
yourself.
my family, about myself? All right. So first, before we start, everyone, I'd like to invite you first to bow your head, and let's be mindful, and let's pray a bit. Is it all right? You don't have to be religious, or let's just get in touch with our spiritual innermost self and spiritual gods and goddesses. So let's pray. God, please grant me
I'm
the
bowing
serenity.
my head.
Yeah, all right. So let's pray to the gods and goddesses, and to gods, and to our ancestors, to Allah, to Buddha, to whoever we believe in, and to what we believe in. So please grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, and the courage to change the things we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Bless up. So let's go. Let's wheel up.
All right, beautiful words to start the chat.
Okay. So I'd like to introduce myself by reading you a poem that I wrote myself. So it's gonna be a little bit heavy, heavy But I'd like you to mince every word, and I'm gonna introduce also what's the business is all about, the 8 pillars. So let me read it to you.
All right,
Hold on
please go
tight.
ahead.
Okay, hold on tight. Okay, I might get a little bit emotional, no, because it's been a journey. It really has been a long, long journey. I just celebrated my 38th birthday, and I relaunched my startup on my 38th birthday, nitong April 8th.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So here we go. So here's the poem. Dear Sheena Edillie, bet on yourself, your purpose, your mission, your being, and nothingness. Nobody but yourself, you yourself, and you. Yes, me, myself, and I. Failing faith in this world, goodness, believe. In yourself, have faith. What for? You are the only factor, the only one in this life and world that you have control of. So just be and enjoy being. My love, myself, remember. Never forget. Be. Just be. Evolve. Be obsolete, then evolve again. Die. Leave your footprints. Leave this world without any regrets. I was here. I lived. I loved. I was here. I did. I've done. Everything that I've ever wanted, more than I thought, more than I imagined, more than I intended. So love now. Love still. Be remembered or forgotten. Love, love is golden. You, you guys are golden. My heart is golden. Yours too are golden. I am golden. We are golden. For I am me. You are you. We are a we. I think therefore I am. Therefore we are. Coito ergo sum. Love, my love. Love is the only legacy I'd leave behind. I loved you. I have been loving you. I love you and I'll always be loving you. I do. I swear. That's true. I love you. I heart you. I finger heart you. I pinky swear. This. This is the trademark sign of our brand, our company. But no more sorries, no more apologies. I have resolved, I have decided to live unapologetically for being me, for being us, for that lost child, the lost soul and wasted youth. Love, effing love, love, friendship, right? Effing fake love and friendship, right? Friendship with benefits, unloved, felt unloved, unwanted or felt unwanted, mistreated, misunderstood, misunderstood, misfeated, dumbfounded, hated, most hated. Why? For being me, for being you, for being us, for suppressing, depressing, depriving feelings, emotions, such notions, assumptions, presumptions, perceptions, decisions, speculations, conception. You raped me. You raped me off of my youth. Yes, you, me. I did so, and I still do. So many doubts and questions. Why couldn't you? Why couldn't you love me then? Why wouldn't you love me now? Am I nothing of being undeserving enough? Stop. Full stop. You are enough. I am enough. Just enough. Simply enough. Yes, I am enough. You are enough. We are enough. Thank you. Do you? You are enough. Now leave, laugh, and love. Laugh again. The loudest, proudest, be the bravest version of ourselves. No comparison. Just look at your very own horizon. Your character, yours, your strength and power, yours, always yours, only yours. Today, may we all celebrate our birthday. It's our birth, it's our beginning. We begin again. You know, time is just arbitrary. So, 8 days from now, 8 years from now, maybe we'll look back and somehow we'd all understand what others couldn't and wouldn't. But we'd share. For you, always love and care. For I always love and care. And so do you. I believe in you. I believe in you. I trust you. Rooting for you all. I am your very advocate, your cheerleader, your very own supporter. I am here always and forever. So just be still. Be you. Just be. Be the better, bestest version of you, of us. Be fab, be bold, be smarter, be kinder, love even more, be more, no less. Love more, for more is more. You know, it's not gonna be less is more. Even if we are so minimalist, just maximize the love, the faith, the courage, the daring greatly that we can. Because more is more. So share some more, be more, love more, laugh more, live more. Live in love forevermore. Your light now must be bright and won't dim. If you ignite someone else's flame, it simply makes the world shine, rain, sheen and be, sheenier and much, much brighter. It's time I'd let you be. Be. Okay, that's the half of it. I'm gonna say the complete if I'm gonna spill the 8 pillars next. Miss Wendy, back to you. Thank you. So that's me, Sheena Edillie, yours truly. Sincerely and lovingly, eternally. That's
That's
me.
That's a very, very emotional and poetic introduction of yourself, Sheena. So we'll know more about you as we keep on chatting because I think there's so much you want to share. There's
Yes.
so much that you want to tell us. Let's be ourselves tonight.
Yes.
Let's keep it going. We'll know the be us tonight. All right. Let us be beautiful tonight. All right. Sheena, before we get into this current state that you are in, that you are, you are starting your startup, we would like to know, why did you come to Korea? How did you come to Korea with your family?
All right. So first, I got married at the age of 23, and then and then right after our wedding, my husband, my then well, okay, let's start at the very, 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 very first story. Okay, so came February, my husband was invited to do some he was my boyfriend then. So February, he went in Korea to check if the invitation to do some R&D research studies will be good, and then he checked, it's fine, and then he he proposed, let's get married. And that's it.
All
And then
right. So you
he
can
came
come
back,
with him.
yeah, he came back in the Philippines after 2 weeks in Korea. He came back and um he asked to marry me. And I was 23, I was so naive and all, and I said, okay. Couldn't you wait till my 28th birthday? Because I'm so into eight. I wanted to wait for another 8 years or so. And then, but he said, please, let's get married. We're all, he's already old then. But, so okay. And then I asked permission from my mom and then my godmother. My godmother was so not into this marriage thing. And she was telling me, please think about it. But then I got married. I got married 8 days before my 24th birthday. So another 8.
All
Na-o-otch
right.
pa talaga ako. And then um March 31st, we got married. And then April 1st, my husband, my newly wed life, he flew to Korea the following day,
Mm-hmm.
April 1st. And so I thought, oh my God, na April Fool's Day ba ako? It's April Fool's
Okay,
Day.
what a way to start your married life.
Yes,
April 1.
yes,
All right.
that's the story. And then after a month,
Natatawa si Bfort when he heard about the April 1. Go.
yeah, na April Fools ako April girl pa man din ako. So, my God. So, I was like lost. I mean, did I really get married? Did I then and then after a month, it's starting to sink in, and then I had to flew to Korea after making asikaso all of the documentation, all the finances. I settled everything, even the resignation of my husband because he was a professor in the University of the Philippines. And then I settled everything. I was left by myself. Hunja. I was so alone and I was doing this, even the banking and all. And And then I flew to Korea by myself, all alone. I was like a lost child. Like, how that was my first plane ride, by the way, guys. So that was also my first plane ride, and I thought it would be like a roller coaster. Like, should I hold on to the seat? Like it will be good. But no, it was so
Kailan ka,
calm.
kailan ka pumunta ng Korea? Anong year yon?
2006, madam.
Anong date?
26th.
April 26,
So yeah.
2006?
Yeah, so I'm gonna be celebrating my 15th year anniversary here in Korea on May 26th, and I'm gonna be launching a lot of series, docu-series that I've been working on for 15 years now, and also some books. So hold on tight, guys. Stay tuned for more.
Yes. Alright. Mas nauna ka lang sa akin ng 3 days.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, we're both,
Yeah.
yes, I remember. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. I'm gonna check. March 26 nga ba? Basta parang ganun. March 26,
Di
I remember.
April ako, April 29. April 26 ka, you said, right?
Yeah, yes. My husband, April 1st, and then me, April 26th.
Alright.
So,
So
2 plus,
yan, you were
2
here
plus,
3 days prior.
yeah, 2 plus 6 is 8. Na 8 na naman ako. Tarot.
So ayun, nung pumunta ka dito, wala pa kayong mga anakis.
Nope,
Just
nope, nope.
honeymoon stage pa lang kayong dalawa nun. And
Yeah.
we'd like to say your husband is a professor back in UP, and then he came over as a scientist in one of these
Yes. Yes, in
companies, right?
one of these R&D and CRO companies here in Korea, here at Pyeongtaek City, one of the industrial complexes, and it's a foreign-owned company, but now it's already Korean-owned company, merging and
Oo.
acquisition. I'm gonna go into detail about that later on.
So saan ka nanganak with your 2 kids?
I gave
Umuwi ka din ba ng Philippines?
no, no on my first with my first child, I gave birth here in Korea, so it's just me and my husband, and then after a day or so, it's just me alone in the hospital.
Oh wow, tapang. Me, I went back to the Philippines for both my children. Tapang mo. So I'd like to ask you, how did you manage? Kasi, yun, sa panganganak mo pa lang, you were alone and it was not easy. I know it's not easy. And then, syempre, nag-kindergarten, nag-elementary, and the 2 kids are in local school. So I'm interested, how do you manage that? Because, this is a very major language barrier. Or you already know Korean?
Nope.
So how
Nope.
do you manage?
So, well, basically, what I know only first was just 안녕하세요, 감사합니다, just the basic
Oh,
ones. The 안녕하세요 and 감사합니다. With the giving birth, I I had emergency cesarean after 16 hours of labor. Like they were already doing Lamaze technique with me, but because of language barrier, the doctor and the nurse were saying, "Wrong, wrong." I thought I was pushing it wrong, but it was supposed to be long, longer push.
what?
Because I didn't know back then, hindi ko pa talaga alam yung language that R and L are is just like rolling R, like wrong, long, wrong. It's just like push. So it's not. I thought it's wrong. So I push and then wrong, and then I would stop, and then why? Continue. Then wrong, long, long pala, longer. Kakainis. Nahiwa
All
tuloy ako
right.
wala sa oras. So I had my emergency cesarean after 16 hours of very, very
Labor. All right.
labor. I thought I was already dying because I was really clueless. I didn't know anything about giving birth. First time mom, first time pregnancy. After 2 years of being married, and then I was giving birth, and 2 years. My God! Even if no matter how much I read lots of information over the internet, baby center, parenting.com, even the sizes of the baby, how she was growing inside my belly. But then during the practical test, I would precisely, I know I would pass the theoretical test, the paper ones, but practical test was a different story. And I didn't have anyone with me.
Parang first time ko naririnig na yung pag panganganak is like a practical test. Loka ka. So yun, yung ano mo, yung you have to visit the doctor and you were based in Pyeongtaek, diba? Or so
Yeah,
all these
yeah, here.
years sa
Yeah.
Pyeongtaek,
Yes,
paano
yes.
yung English dyan? Kasi like 15 years ago when I came over, sa Seoul na ako niyan ha, pero yung English dito hindi pa
Zero.
ganon. How much more sa Pyeongtaek?
Zero.
Yeah, so paano ka naka-manage but then you did. So congratulations.
The power of body language and facial expressions.
I
So,
don't doubt that na kayang-kaya mo.
nadala ko
You
dito ang
deliver ang
pagiging,
body language.
yeah, nadala ko dito ang pagiging dancer, pagiging theater artist, and everything. Body language. Doctor, how is this? I'm very, ganon, charot.
So ayan, let's move on to you had two kids. You got them into Korean schools. Kamusta naman 'yon?
With my kids, well, I had help with that because I've been very nice with my neighbors in our
Good.
apartment back then. So um, we were the only foreign couple in around the neighborhood, and the people were so like shocked and surprised, and also at the same time they've been very welcoming. They were so curious of me because at first there was this discrimination, like they thought I was one of those women who are married to Korean, to so I wouldn't go into that. But yeah, there are these women. They just get married to Korean, as passport or visa. So or some naman are, but no, we'll not go into that. Later we're gonna
Yeah, but
discuss.
I saw that your husband is also Filipino. So
Yes. So but my husband does not really look like a Filipino. No, he looks like Asian, Korean or something else. Look like Japanese Korean, something like that. And he speaks Japanese very well, Nihongo very well. So because he did his MS at Nagoya University. So he could speak Japanese, he could talk to Koreans in Japanese, so that's a plus, no? So he didn't know Korean very well, but Koreans know Japanese quite well, because of the
ah,
history and the neighbor thing and the history of Korean and the Japanese. So he speaks Nihongo well. So sometimes I could also use my Nihongo, but I only studied Japanese 11, so it's also very basic, like konnichiwa, just that's it, and some very basic ones. And then I just tried to be very cheerful whenever I go out sa bahay namin sa apartment, and I really strived hard to be happy, the very essence of happiness. And
yeah, importante yon kasi we're alone here. You've got to make
yes,
yourself happy. You've got to
yes,
look for that happiness and that, sense of belongingness.
yes, precisely. Belongingness, I didn't find it easy, but I
Mhm.
was really like culture shocked and all, and I felt so alone, but I had to be happy, at least for myself. So I was just holding on to some of my mantras and manifestos, the desiderata, and being able to be one of the the scholar ng bayan. I had several organizations and sororities. I'm a sorority, so I have this "don't quit" plastered on my wall. Don't quit. When things get worse and all, that's the time that you do not have to quit. Don't quit, don't quit. And then desiderata with all this sham and drudgery and broken dreams. It's still a beautiful world. Strive to be happy. So talagang may mga ganyan. And then footprints in the sand, of course. mga ganyang ganap.
Yeah, very meaningful. Favorite ng daddy ko yung Desiderata na poetry, na poem. So, there, when you got into a school na sa mga anak mo, how was it? How was the experience? Not knowing the language, was it easy? Was it hard? Ginamit mo ulit ang charm mo, ang body language mo. How was it?
Yes. So yes, it's still even until now, it's still the body language and the smile and the facial expressions. I'm very transparent. I'm a very very transparent person. Like when the first time we met, diba, kita mo agad my expression like, Madam. So ganon agad ako. And then this I had this neighbor, si Oni. I call her Oni. She's still my friend till now, no. She's already a pastor din ba ang tawag? She's part of a very big church community, and she's already preaching. So she's a preacher now. But before, when I met her, she was English teacher, and she was so the first time I met her was in the elevator because we lived at the 13th floor, and then she lives at the 12th floor down our apartment. And then I think I threw garbage then, and then she was also going back to her apartment, and I just said "안녕하세요," and then she smiled and like, "Hi, are you a foreigner? Wego kinsaram?" I said, "Yeah, I'm from the Philippines." Like, I'm proud that I'm from the Philippines. I'm a Filipino, and oh, I see. I know some Filipinos in our church, and some of the teachers in my class are Filipinos. Like, what class? And then she's a small business owner. She's tutoring hagwon. Hagwon.
Hagwon, yeah.
Mm-mm. She has hagwon down below, but it's just a very small hagwon. And then later on, she introduced me to some urinijips, and because she told me it's so difficult if you have two small babies. You send your panganay na, you send your urital, send mo na agad sa urinijip. Sabi ko, she's still very young. In the Philippines, we don't send our kids that young. It's all right here when you give birth after a month or so, you can send them to urinijip. What?
Oo nga. That's what they do it here. So, do you do that?
I didn't. I didn't. I waited for Dehan to at least be at in her fourth year. I think she was 4 years old or 5 years old when I sent her to Urinijip.
Ah, all right.
Yeah,
Tapos,
we've been benchmarking the area for best at least good, the ones na may makakapag-build ako ng rapport with the people na that song-sing names. And then we found this song mo Urinijip, the St. Mary's Urinijip. It's a Catholic Urinijip. It's a private Urinijip. And then the song-sing name was so good. She was so nice. She was so loving. She was so caring. And she was also the one who introduced me to the Filipino community here in Pyeongtaek. Like, it's been 5 or 8 years that we've been living here, and came 2011. That's the first time that we were introduced to a Filipino community. So over for the past
mm,
year, 2006 to between 2006 to 2011, we're just floating. We'll visit the church in Seoul, the Filipino community, that Filipino market. Then
Hewa?
after, yeah, the Hewa, and then we will visit Chonan. So I was able to document all the Catholic churches here around the peninsula, from Gangwon down to the what's this, the Jolado. So we've been visiting, and
Cholanamdo?
yeah, excuse me, yes. So I was able to document. I'm gonna publish them. So another book. So there,
Yeah, we're looking forward to that. Kasi
yes,
parang culmination siya ng iyong 15 years
yes,
of
yes, my
living here, of
yeah,
researching na din, kasi you've
yes.
been going around and trying to research, di ba?
We
So,
followed. We actually
um,
followed. Yeah, madam, we actually followed the parang way of the church, way of the cross ni Pope Francis when he visited here. What year was that?
mhm.
When Pope Francis visited Korea. So lahat ng churches that he visited, we also visited. Sinundan namin yung
Oh,
procession ni
that's
Pope Francis.
nice.
Yeah. So there. Okay. Sorry to.
Oo.
Okay. Go on, madam.
Yeah, so ang alam ko, 'di ba, sa mga kwento mo sa akin, even as a wife, you have this collaborative partnership with your husband.
Yeah.
Tell us about it. Kasi yung sa involved ka din sa work, right?
Yes. So with my husband, our relationship is
Pero
actually
before we start that, tell us, kasi the collaborative partnership came from you. Tell us about it muna before we start into your being a collaborative partner,
what do
wife
you
with
mean
your husband.
what do you mean by what do I mean by
How
collaborative?
do you, yes.
Okay.
How do you see that? Your definition, because it came from you. That's how you lead your life as a mom, as a wife, and now as a business owner, as a founder.
Okay. So, with collaborative partnership, our
Right.
vision is that our vision is that even if we're public, private, and not for profit sector or profit sector, working together can break down barriers in our system and culture to enable us to engage in our work and yung ma-maximize natin yung social, cultural, economic impacts of work na yung capacity talaga ng tao. So, hindi ka boss, you're not leading the company as a boss. You're a team player yourself and everybody I leader. Everybody I team player, everybody I leader. So everybody can speak, everybody can give their definition of the job. So it's up to you. I won't give you the like okay, you're the manager and then paghirapan mo para ma-promote ka. No, I wouldn't do that because I work for a corporate company and climbing the corporate ladder is such a tedious and heartbreaking heartbreaking process.
Yeah.
And you know it
Yeah.
yourself.
So,
It's in the corporate world. There's, di ba? Si husband mo ay also in corporate world. So you know the system. And I think what even our guests here would relate will be nakaka-relate kayo sa corporate world, sa mga companies, yung mga sistema, even in politics, no? So even in corporate world there's big politics and even in the academe, everywhere there's politics, there's this climbing, you have to cling onto something, you have to hold on to, you have to make sip and everything. No matter how hard you work, it's gonna be endless. You have to impress, you have to impress everyone just to be part of
all
the
right.
circle. And
Yeah.
it's
So, let's go back to your being a wife. How does being a collaborative partner work in your relationship with the husband? And also, I know you were also involved in the workplace. So, how is it? How was it?
Okay, so with my husband, our relationship, even when we were boyfriend and girlfriend, is really something more of a, romantic professional level. Because I was also his assistant before when he was doing his research with Saint Luke's Hospital in the Philippines. I was his research student, and then ako na pala yung nire-research ni Doc Charot. And then so yeah, and even with his researches, he was a proponent of a lot of researches, and he has a lot of published research materials. You can find it in ResearchGate, a lot of PubMed. You can Google his name, and it will pop out. So
And his
uh,
name is,
Chester D. Solis. So
yeah,
his
Chester D. Solis.
Solis. Hi, shout out, charot. So
Shout out, Mr. Solis. Thank you for letting
doctor,
us
yeah.
borrow your wife's time.
So it's a doctor, yeah. It's Doctor Chester Dizon Solis. He's a veterinarian, and he did his masteral with genetics, animal genetics, and animal science in Nagoya University. So he had lots of published articles and researches online. He even led the research about how to para ma-save natin ang endangered bubalos at tamaraw.
All
Bubalos,
right.
yes, and also the study about Ajinomoto and the canine dogs. So it's being used as reference usually ng mga thesis ng sense of humor din sa bordo. Okay, thesis ng sa mga vet med sa animal sciences, agriculture. So that's being used, no. And then so with the two of us, he's like my mentor. Yeah, he's like my
Okay.
mentor, my teacher, my professor, and the worst critic of all. The worst critic of all. Like, yeah, he the way he meant is he's not gonna give you You know the professors in UP, they wouldn't lick your ass just for you to feel good, no? They wouldn't kiss your ass like, "Oh, you're doing good." No, they will keep on challenging you to be the best version of yourself. Like sometimes I would really like crawl like, "My god, hindi pa ba okay tong ginagawa ko?" Parang ganon. So, um it's like I'm competing with somebody else. But no, later on I realized I didn't have to. I would just have to compete with myself. And so I valued his mentorship. I learned from them, and it's rooted naman to din sa romance and love at the same time. So may ganong factor naman. So
Yes.
yeah. But because of our age,
Oo.
yeah, because of our age ka, parang ano to parang Charo Santo Concho, kaya parang charot-charot pa din ang buhay ko. Nagmamahal Charo. Ako po si Charotera niyo, charot.
Alam mo, winarningan na ako ni Sheena kanina. Kanina ba yon? Winarningan niya na ako sa language niya. So nawawala ako. I could let her carry this episode on her own. Anyway,
Pag maalaala mo kaya the story, madam. So, I tell you guys, paghintayin nyo, I'm gonna launch my indie movie and it's gonna be you'll ball out, charot. Iyak talaga tayo. Tapos papatagtag tayo ng maalaala mo kaya.
balik na tayo sa usapan natin. Dami mong
Okay.
segue. So yun, you were able to, but you are a good team with him, right? Kasi
Yeah, of
yung mga
course.
experiences mo, sa
Yes.
work mo, and then, yeah, the one that you're saying that he's a very good mentor to you, kaya ka nagkakaroon ng chance on your own to explore
Yeah,
and, be the best version of yourself. Then, now, that the kids are older and they're more capable of being on their own, you started now with other activities. So yun
yeah,
nga, we met as honorary reporters. And
yeah,
then even as may mga activities tayo as honorary reporter,
yeah.
nawawala ka dyan.
Then,
Because,
inabot ko lang yung journal ko, how it started. Okay. Sorry,
okay,
hindi ako.
so even as honorary reporter activities natin before, ang busy mo kasi you were telling me we're going to this place for our research, you were going to this green tea, saan ba yon? And then,
Plantation in Bosong, yeah.
yes,
By
plantation, and then
myself.
you were going to some classes, startup classes, and
Yeah.
then meron ka din mga dance classes
Yeah.
because you're a dancer.
Yeah.
So tell us about all these activities that you do na parang ang culmination niya is this year because you are actually really looking forward on to your 38th birthday because you wanted to launch your company and you started last April 8th. Belated happy birthday.
Thank you. Daghang salamat. Kamsahamnida, madam. Dedan hi kamsahamnida. So, yes. Okay.
Sige, your
So,
turn.
how do
Yung
I
ano muna,
manage?
yung mga activities mo.
So, how did I manage? Um,
Yes.
well, let me tell you, effortlessly.
Okay, go.
Effortlessly because I really, really, really love what I'm doing. So when I resigned from the corporate world, from the company, I started to find me. I started to know me better. I started to um, get to know back to my 8 years old or younger me. Like I reconnected with all my dreams, with all the things that I so wanted to do, that I so wanted to dare do. But I grew up. I saw that I when I was late in elementary, I grew up earlier. I became like a second mom to my brothers because my parents were working. They're both government employees, so I grew up early, and then I became like a mom to my brothers because I had four brothers, younger brothers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. So, alam mo naman naman ang sistema sa atin sa Pilipinas, if you're older sibling, if you're older ate, you have to take care of your mga kapatid, 'di ba?
Uh-huh.
So I grew up yung parang hilaw na maturity, parang manggang hilaw na pinilit mahinog. Parang gano'n yung metaphor niya. So, parang
Okay. Oo.
kinalbulo ako. So,
Ilang taon ka nun?
like grade 5, no, earlier, grade 3, 4, 5, something like that, maaga pa lang. I was in kinder, no, turun na ako magsaing, yung mga ganon. So, marunong ako maglaba,
Oo.
magplancha, kasi we had to. Kasi hindi naman, we live a very modest life. Hindi naman kami mayaman na, alam mo na, kahit na may katulong tayo sa Pilipinas, kahit may mga kasambahay tayo sa Pilipinas, hindi naman ibig sabihin mayaman tayo, di ba? So ano lang,
Oo.
ordinaryong citizen, ordinaryong citizen lang tayo, ordinaryong mamamayang Pilipino na nagtatrabaho yung mga magulang natin. Oh, yes. Instant mother talaga, instant motherhood. And then noong una, 4 lang kami, and then when I was in high school, mag-first year high school ako, my mom gave birth to another child, a boy, and that's after about 10 years.
Another one.
Yes, second generation 'tong dalawa. So, una talaga, ang first generation talaga, 4 kami magkakapatid. And then, may second generation, may 2 batang sumunod. I was already in high school. And oo,
Natatawa ako sa natatawa ako sa description mo na
but same father.
may generation gap kayo magkakapatid.
Yes, the second generation men. Parang mga anak na namin 'to ng kapatid ko ni ate. Kasi oo nga, tas
Alright.
kasi ganun ang nangyari. Pero same father ha, people. I'm just same
Of
si mama
course.
at papa pa rin. Si mama at papa pa rin. So that's the kwento ni Earl, yung kapatid ko. And then tapos after ilang years, lumabas naman si Jasper, so dalawa. Tapos ayan na, pagdating ng high school, ayan na ang mga chismisan na baka anak yan ni Sheena, baka anak yan ni ganto, ni ganyan. Baka kami, so na agad ako, that's where the word rape dun sa poem ko kanina. Parang I was already raped of my youth.
Uh-huh.
Na-devirginized na ako without even knowing how to kiss, how to So that's the story, no. Like, I look like ako yung mambubuli, ako yung salbahe, ako yung mataray, ako yung daldalera and dakdakera and all. But I was the one being bullied. Ako yung napagkakaisahan, hindi lang halata, madam. So ayun, even the oldies, sila yung magsasabi na sila pa yung mga nangunguna na magchismis, yung mga ganon. So I would just go to I would walk like okay, pero pag may mga tao ko ng kasalungan, I would just look down kasi nahihiya ako. I was so ashamed na alam mo yun, because you were young, you didn't know how to defend yourself. I was so vulnerable and I was so ashamed of these stories, of this being this and that. Na
It really happened na may ganon?
of course. Yes, where I'm from a very small hometown. I live in Tagkawen, Quezon. I grew up in Tagkawen, Quezon. And everybody knows everyone. If
Oh, so how could they have that kind of chismis going out?
people talk, minsan wala na talaga silang mapag-usapan.
Okay.
And if you are someone na parang lagi ka na nakikita nila, ikaw yung lagi nakikita kasi alam mo naman pag maliliit na bayan, mga cultural presentation, you're there, ikaw yung mag-dance, ikaw yung lead majorette, ikaw yung ganyan and ganyan. Hahanapan ka ng something na not so good about you. And that's so sad, actually. That's so sad. But after several years, and it took me several years, about 23 years, to really forgive everyone, to really forgive myself for not forgiving them earlier.
Oo.
Yeah.
So maybe going to Korea did it better for you. So you were you were detached from that.
Well, no and yes. No and and yes. No and yes. You know, when I married my husband, they were thinking, "Oh my God, she's a gold digger." They thought that my husband was a good catch. Like
Yeah,
that.
kasi professor siya, much
Yeah.
older than you are.
Wala ba tayong konsepto ng pag-ibig at pagmamahal sa mga puso natin? Charot.
Sheena, teka, kaedad ko ba ang husband mo? Mukhang magkaedad ka.
Ay, no, no,
Actually,
no. He's older than you are.
okay.
And even older than the husbandry. So, yeah. Even older than your husbandry. So, yes. But he looks
Magkaedad lang
young.
kami ni husband eh. Parang
Ay,
ano,
ganun ba?
parang,
Okay. Oo nga pala, sorry kasi the last time sabi mo lang kasi, but he looks older. Ganun pala yung sabi mo.
my husband is watching.
Ito si sabi natin pag live.
Sheena, nabubuking mo ako. We are talking live here. Hindi tayo nasa.
Ay, sorry. Ay, sabi niya, teka. Sir. Sabi po talaga ni Wendy sa akin, "Oh my God, I look older than my husband," sabi ni Wendy. "My God, I look older than my husband. He looks so young." Yun talaga yung sabi niya. Gina-joke ko lang po kayo. Sorry, cut. Sir, finger heart, charot. Charot lang po, sir. Hindi bali na, nasa ano naman si sir, wala naman dyan, naka-tune in ba si sir?
Oo naman, no?
Hala, patay tayo dyan, baka mamaya, madam.
Ano, wala na tayo sa usapan. Ano ba usapan natin kanina?
Okay. So, the growing up thing, okay? So, growing up, ganun yun. Tapos, when I came here, hindi pa rin siya natigil, no? So, when I got married, may chismis pa rin. Talagang dire-diretso pa rin ang mga kwento ng mga tao. Tapos, it's not a fairy tale, no? It's not a fairy tale. Talagang, parang all my life, parang pinaparusahan ako sa sa mga bagay na wala naman ako wala talaga akong control. Parang, kaya nakita mo, madam, when we first met, I am like walled. I am so protective of my, di ba?
Oh, you didn't like me the first time we met.
Di ba, I got intimidated agad sa'yo. Kasi, ako, walled talaga ako na tao. I only have few friends. Kasi, ayun nga, masyadong traumatic sa akin ang aking paglaki, ang aking childhood, and even when I was, hindi lang halata, people thought na napaka-confident kong tao, and, but confidence is different from, confidence na nakikita nyo, the facade, yung confidence is different from self-esteem. Too far different from self-esteem, and bravery is different from courage as well. So, even if you look so daring and bold and talented and may oomph, may it, parang may may cake ka, but deep inside ang nafi-feel ko, whenever I go up the stage, kasi I was a dancer, I was in theater, bago ako mapunta sa stage, I have this severe anxiety attack and stage fright. And then when I perform, iba na ulit ako, parang may alter ego. Parang, hindi, actually not alter ego. Parang nandun yung totoo kong pagkatao, pag sumayaw na ako, yun na yung tao, yung bilang ako. Comes out. Tapos pagkatapos ng presentation, pagkatapos ng performance ko, when I go back sa likod ng stage, ang nararamdaman ko naman imposter syndrome. Totoo ba yung ginawa ko or nagpe-pretend lang ako? So may ganun akong mga factors. So bipolar express talaga ito. Parang sumasakay ako ng train, polar express pero bipolar. So ganyan yung mood ko. And even my professors, napapansin nila sa akin yan. One of my professors na naging sis ko, in-invite niya ako maging sororis, ayan. So she was the one na parang na-connect niya yung mental capacity and mental health ko. Nakita niya kasi she was also into astrology and numerology, the power of the zodiacs and the moons and the stars and the sun. So may ganyan siya. Na-feel niya magka-same wavelength kami, and she approached me. Sabi niya, "Ang tindi ng mood swing mo, no? Ikaw bata ka." She was my Japanese teacher, professor when I was in college. I took up Japanese. It's not related to my course because I was taking up veterinary medicine. But but I love to learn the language. I love humanities subject agad-agad. But Yun nga, in-approach niya ako, and I said, bakit po? Papaano niyo po ano? Naku, may time papasok ka dito ng klase, ang happy ang smile mo, happy-happy ka, parang rampa-rampa ka. Mamaya kalagitnaan ng klase, parang may nabanggit lang siyang something, biglang iba na daw yung aura ko, iba na yung face ko. Tapos mamaya parang nangingiyak-ngiyak na ako. May time nga when one of our humanity subjects, binanggit ko nga, ano kami, nagpa-movie review ng Little Prince, Madam, Little Prince, humagulgol ang lola niyo.
Mm.
Like, sabi ng mga klase ko, ano nangyayari kay Sheena? Nangyayari sa babaeng to? Diyos ko po, ano ba itong Ayun, so parang nagtateatro na po ako doon. Nagtasarswela na ako sa klase namin. I was really hindi yung crying na ganda-gandahan ka na silent tapos tutuloy yung luha mong ganyan. No! I was like, pang teatro, kailangan OA talaga ang pag-iyak ko.
May nag-trigger sa'yo doon.
Yes.
Kung ano man ang mga naging trigger nun. Oh.
Yes. What is essential is invisible to the eye. So, parang, ayun, tapos yung story ng Rose and the Little Prince, parang,
Pero all these experiences, Sheen, you were able to bring these into your life here in Korea. And then, ngayon that you are now into this startup, kamusta naman? Kamusta yung mga hugot na yon from the past and bringing it here? And while we're on that, let us know, tell us about this C8 Global.
Okay.
Global?
C8 Global. Okay, C8 Global. Okay.
Yes, please.
Okay. So, first, I launched my startup in 2020. Vision 2020 talaga. Lahat halos ng businesses last year, 2018 to 2019, halos lahat ng mga businesses talaga, they were all looking forward sa 2020 kasi Vision 2020, di ba?
Right.
Oo. So, tapos yung mga, even the designers, kasi I am a beauty designer myself, I'm a multimedia specialist. So, even the designers, they were, 2020, pag sinulat mo, ginaganon nila, binubuntutan nila, go-go ang basa, go-go, parang 2020, go-go. Parang talaga yung, where pa na talaga yung 2020.
Where pa, power.
Yes, power to the maximum level na talaga, parang lahat ng success ay nandito sa 2020. And then 2019 I finished my startup business schooling. I got certified under Seoul Global Business Center. Shout out to SGC. Thank you very much for very 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 wonderful program that you extended to the foreign community. You're fully aware of the Seoul Global Business Community, the business center in Seoul. Actually, I am not from Seoul. I'm from Pyeongtaek, but then they accommodated my business plan, my business pitch. They accommodated me. So I was really really thankful. Kasi usually mga Seoul residents ang kinukuha, 'di ba? Kasi sa SGC Seoul resident, you have to be Seoul resident. And I told them I am not a Seoul resident. My business is not even registered in Seoul, not even in Pyeongtaek yet. So, but then they told me, they mentored me very very well. I finished the course. I was making biyahe every day, no? 7 o'clock I should be in the class kasi, or else I wouldn't be allowed to get inside any longer kasi we sign up before the class starts and after the class starts. So I thought that we were not allowed to make some absences, but then I realized I reviewed, and then we were allowed two absences naman pala. So that's the kagandahan, because it coincided with our ASEAN Busan Summit, Madam.
Right.
Do you remember during the closing of the ASEAN Busan Summit, that was also my graduation, so I had to run to the train station
nauna ka, yes.
Remember the whole day I was wearing heels, and then I had to change into sneakers and run to the Madam, I have to go ahead na sa'yo, mauna na ako kasi baka maiwan ako ng SRT ko ng bullet train. I wouldn't make it without this public transport. So shout out sa public transport ng Korea, private and public, no? Ayun ang kagandahan ng ng transportation dito, and standardized din yung standardized ang fee, ang sistema, 'di ba?
Mm-mm.
Napakaganda, napakabilis. You just have to download the app and then book your ticket, then go na. Okay na.
Yeah.
Okay, so going back to our Vision 2020, so that's the thing, no? That's that when after I graduated, sumali na agad ako sa hub. Sumali na agad ako sa programa nila because I already hooked up with them, and then I regularly receive emails, updates from them, and then they contact me, hey, there's something like this, like, would you like to join? And okay, join lang ng join, sige. Sige lang, kaya naman. Tsaka I was really having fun kasi um kasi 2006 I'm already into technology. Well, actually, elementary pa lang. If you know the Jetsons, sinong nakaka-relate sa the Jetsons na cartoons?
Sino? Yeah,
Okay,
okay.
the Jetsons, it's a very classic cartoon, and I love watching this when I was young sa Cartoon Network. This was premiered in 1962, no? So it's really a classic, pero it's one of those na how do you call that? Space age na agad, 1962, pero space age na yung pinag-uusapan. So how forward thinking and forward thinker ang futurist, futurist yung yung writer nito, yung developer ng yung animation and everything. So the Jetsons, they were living in the orbit space, no, sa orbit. So I really love that. And they have this housemaid na robot. The ones that we see at the Incheon Airport, madam, was already projected in the Jetson way back in 1962, that early. So even without Elon Musk,
Yeah, yeah.
even without these futurists na meron tayong mga entrepreneurs na futurists these days, there was already the Jetsons. I think they're ones of the pioneering sa space age sa mga cartoons, no? And this was also one of my researches that I did sa pop culture. I tried to inject the Jetsons in pop culture sa mga sinulat ko, mga articles at saka mga research papers na ginawa ko before. So, I was really into this kasi ang fun niya. Sabi ko, how wonderful it would be if we can harness the power of technology, the internet, but at the same time, progressive pa rin tayo, natutulungan tayo, we can do whatever we want kasi there's this help of the internet, the advanced technology, the AI, the machineries and all, then we can do whatever we wanted to do. At least our mind would be working. We won't be so tired sa katawan natin because there are this help like Internet of Things, smart farming, sustainable lifestyle. The ones I'm telling you, madam, di ba, I forwarded to you, madam. Mamaya tayo mag StreamYard because I still have to wash all of this. I have to wash the dishes, I have to wash the clothes, I have to cook, I have to do this, I have to do. Like I was like an octomom, talaga, 8 talaga, may 8 kamay and all. We really had to, di ba? Ganun naman ng parents, ganun ng mother. Especially when you're living abroad, hindi usong yaya, hindi usong katulong, hindi usong helper. And if you could hire a helper, talagang kailangan meron kang malaking budget for that kasi parang mas malaki pa sa kinikita ng asawa mo yung yung pangsweldo mo sa helper mo. So that's not very practical for us to do. So, talagang kailangan mag-multitasking talaga tayo, and we really have to ignite our strength and our power as a mother. Yun nga, when I was in college, there's one of the moms ng friend ko, she was my roommate, si Rhea. Hi, Ray. She told me na, kasi nagluto ako sa kanila ng ginataang langka, and I was making piga the kakangguta ng niyog, no? Tapos sabi niya, Neng, ako nang maggawa niyan. And then, sabi ko, ako na po, tita, kasi pagluluto ko talaga kayo. Kasi nagbakasyon ako sa kanila over the weekend kasi I don't go home sa Tagkawayan dahil it's a long travel from Laguna to Tagkawayan. It's gonna be 8 hours. So sumama na lang kay Rhea ng weekend. One time lang naman yun. Usually I stay in the dormitory to wash my clothes, to do everything na dapat kong gawin. Excuse me. And then that one weekend, I decided, "Oh, Ray, I want to go with you." And she also invited me. So there I went, and then I cooked for them ginataang langka. And then nila nagpipiga, sabi ng mommy niya, ni Tita Rose, ng mommy niya, sabi niya, "Neng ako na, malakas ang bisig ng mga ina." And it stick with me. Malakas ang bisig ng mga ina. Kaya when I
Mm.
became a mom, lagi kong sinusuksok sa utak ko 'yon. Pag give up na ako, yung parang pagod na ako, gusto ko nang magreklamo sa mundo, wala naman akong mareklamuhan, hindi naman ako puwedeng tumawag sa bahay, pagod na ako. Eh, di umuwi ka na, magreklamo ka pa ba, 'di ba gano'n sasabihin sa'yo, 'di ba? Reklamo ka na reklamo, you have to be fair with your husband naman, eh, magagalitan pa ako ng gano'n. I tried several times na lagi lang ako nagagalitan. You have to be fair with your husband, he's working hard, he has lots of stress as well. But then, paano naman ako? Parang gano'n, 'di ba? So, I would just cry by ako na lang, pero wala akong mareklamuhan. So, tapos pagdating ng asawa, kailangan naka-smile ka na, bongga ka na ulit, 'di ba? So, hindi ka puwedeng mag self-pity masyado. Hindi ka puwedeng
Oo.
gano'n kasi nobody would help you. You have to pick up yourself. You have to
Dear, i-acknowledge muna natin yung friend mo, si Ray Gabriel. Naalala pa ng mama at mga kapatid ko yung langka. Hi, Ray! Ayan. So, yun, those were really good experiences for you ayan, kagaya niyan, na gagamit mo for being a mom, especially a mom in a different country. Kasi wala tayong pamilya dito. You have to rely on your own strength, on your own bisig. 'Di ba?
Yes,
So,
yes, true.
tapos, after that, now that you were able to get out of your zone as a mom and as a housewife, meron na yung opportunities mo. Ito yung mga startups mo. Ito yung startup mo. And it's a long process. So let's go back doon sa 2020 that you were talking about kanina.
Okay, so let's go
As
back
pandemic
to
happened. Mm.
so pandemic happened, and then we did what we did was that we moved everything to Zoom.
Okay.
So from reporting to Seoul 7 p.m. every night, we had to move to Zoom. And ang hirap kasi hindi ako ready. I had to set up everything. I had to set up everything sa living room namin. Now I already conquered the whole master's bedroom. Change ko into to studio and home office. But back then, early 2020, when pandemic was just pumuputok pa lang yung pandemya dito sa Korea, nangangapa talaga ako. I didn't know what to do, parang ay hindi na lang, sa susunod na lang siguro ako sasali. Pero sayang naman, nagawa ko na yung business plan. I've been doing the business plan since 2015 here
All
in my
right.
corner. Like I already, yung crowdfunding manifesto, I even posted it here and all. So, sabi ko sayang naman kasi Vision 2020 talaga, it's more than 5 years in the making, almost 15 years in the making na yung gusto kong i-launch kasi I was also a blogger back in 2006. I was already doing online courses, e-commerce and all, and then after that I did multimedia studies, a lot of things, and free MBAs program, like if you guys are familiar with MOOCs, and lots of courses under Coursera, EDX, and all this. You can collaborate or work with Harvard, Stanford, MIT, and all. So I 2006 I began, when I came here in Korea. Goodness, I was so surprised sa connectivity ng internet ng Korea. Because the first time I had turned on the computer I was already in college, first year college, comsci course. That's
Mm-hmm.
the first time. Takot na takot pa akong i-on yung computer kasi I thought it would baka sumabog and all. Hindi ko alam. I didn't even know how to pindot and all. I didn't know how to type mabilis kasi alam ko lang typewriter na dot lang na ganyan. So, everyone starts as a beginner talaga, 'di ba? So I started as a beginner. And then So fast forward to 2020, nung pumutok yung pandemic, sabi ko, kailangan balikan ko lahat ng natutunan ko way back in 2006 and even when I was in college or even when I was in high school, no, papaano ko to gagawin? Tapos doon ko na nakita yung blessing in disguise ng pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
Kasi people started to crawl sa power ng internet. They started doing Zooms, they started to do live, they started to do live streaming and all. Before, people would laugh at you if they heard you're studying in a cyber university. What's that? Why don't you go to traditional school, traditional university and get your undergrad, your diploma and everything, But guys, I tell you, credentials on wall won't make us a decent human persons, no, decent human being. So I love education. I love education, but more than education, it's really the learning. So it's gonna be
Mm-hmm.
that's two different world, no? Education is different from learning. So I treat myself, I define myself as a lifelong learner, not as a this and that, graduate of this and that. Ayaw ko nga mababanggit na pag tatanong ako, pahingin ng profile mo, ayaw ko yung, graduate siya ng ganito, ganito yung mga tinapos niya. No. I want to be defined as a mother, lifelong learner, and believer, sharer. So that's it. That's pretty much it. And um, so when people started integrating Zooms and all the cyber things, the e-learning, I've been doing this. Sabi ko, I've been doing this. I've been crawling all the e-learning expositions here in COEX because I have membership in COEX. And lahat, every year, every September, I attend the e-learning conferences and webinars. So, sabi ko, ito na yun. This is a blessing in disguise. So, I had a very long hiatus last year. I kept mom. I was so quiet. I was just trying to develop everything. I was revising the business plan. I told myself I'm gonna relaunch everything because I qualified. I qualified for government funding and also free office sa SGC. And
Right.
I had a choice. I had the choice to choose from SGC to COEX na office. And I had the choice to gaano kalaki yung office na gusto ko. I qualified. It's a competition. It's a long competition. There are stages. So if you're familiar, guys, with K-drama na startup, that's what I went through. That's the real story. Minus the love story. Minus the
Ano
yeah,
yan? Ano yung love story mo? Stable ka na sa love story mo. So it's
minus the
nice to know.
yeah, minus the love story, no, the young heart love story of Susibe and the young guy, no, minus that love story, no, but the process, the scale up and everything, the incubation, I was already there. I was already part of the hub. I was already a resident, but then I withdrew my slot because of the pandemic. I was so scared. I was so afraid to be locked down in Seoul because we had to report every day from 9 a.m. till 6 p.m. every day to be evaluated so that they would know how much funding we really need. And then the investors themselves would be there checking you, and then you will have everyday mentorship. And of course, you'll be evaluated based on your performance, based on your business, and how are you doing. So I withdrew my slot. And talagang these people, yung mga mentors sa SGC, they were so helpful. Are you sure? Parang this is once in a lifetime opportunity. Ganyan. Don't give up. Pwede, you can live in Seoul for the whole but no. But no. Being an entrepreneur is a dream for me. Doing this is a dream for me. But before anything else, I'm a mother. So
Yes.
I wouldn't dare live in Seoul, stay in Seoul for the whole time just to get the funding, just to get the free office. Tapos yung mga anak ko doing the online thing na amidst the pandemic and all, they were also struggling. Nangangapa sila, even the schools here were nangangapa. the Korea had a very, very, very good respond when it comes to COVID-19. But at behind the scene, the BTS of this is something more bigger and huge talaga, so huge talaga before they were able to really implement the system, 'di ba, madam? Even with the international school there in Seoul, 'di ba? It's like a hybrid of online and the modules and the going to school, and then again puputok na naman yung madaming numbers ng mga COVID positive, and then balik na naman sa bahay ang mga bata. I wouldn't leave my kids
Yeah,
alone.
I understand. Pero iba yung experience ng mga we've talked about that sa radio then before. Iba yung
Yeah,
experience ng mga international schools sa local schools. Kasi alam ko yung local schools, medyo nangangapanga sila noon.
yeah,
Pero with international schools, meron na kasi backup na system for this. So
yeah. Oo.
it was a seamless, not totally seamless, but it was a good transition from
Oh, that's
um,
true.
offline to online. But
Mm-mm.
we know the struggles of the local parents, the local kids sa local schools. But based on the experience, tama nga naman, more than being an entrepreneur, you were needed by your kids. Pero would you have a
Mother
chance to
first.
to go for it again for the funding again next year or the next
No.
season?
Oh yeah. Yes, I would I can get for another funding and all, but then I decided I'm gonna bootstrap. So bootstrapping, guys, is from my
Oh,
own pocket. So our angel
mm-hmm.
investors. So I started bootstrapping by myself. Nag-start ako talaga. Tumahimik na lang muna ako sa social media because I didn't want any noise kasi parang ang hirap bumangon kasi ang dami na ng ko ng pagod, hirap.
You were so invested on it already, kasi
Yes,
I've seen
emotionally,
it with you,
financially,
no?
yes. Yes, emotionally, financially, and everything. I was so invested sa ginagawa ko, and I left I left the corporate world for this. So like ano ka ngayon, 'di ba? Babagsak ka lang pala, baka bumalik ka rin sa amin. Pero no. Sabi ko I'm gonna bootstrap. And then I followed a lot of serial entrepreneurs, women entrepreneurs who had the same experience. So I followed Sofia Amoroso, the founder, serial entrepreneur of Nastigal. She started
Mm-hmm.
she started her startup just selling something in eBay, no? And then Lauren Conrad and all these women, even Jessica Alba, Anasta Shop. So I studied what they were doing and how they harness the power of the internet, the power of the new media, the SNS, and everything. Um, so I bootstrapped, madam. When I withdrew my slot, I didn't give up. When
Mm-hmm.
things seems worse, that's the time you must not quit.
Yeah.
So, but I kept quiet. I kept quiet. Di ba, di ba doon sa group chat natin amongst the honorary reporters, hoy, magparamdam ka naman. The last post yata is during the pandemic when we had to make the movement, yung we submitted for yung parang kaya yan, 'di ba? Yung
Yep, video. Yeah.
yeah, the video and also the posters that we made for KoreaNet. So, and after that, sabi ko, Madam, magpaalam muna ako, 'di ba? Very very lang, very subtle lang yung pagpapaalam ko na parang wala naman akong big deal na ginagawa. Like, oh, Madam, magpaalam lang muna ako. I'll focus on my business. But what are you doing? You're not even you're not even publishing anything. You're not even stating na you're really doing the business and all. But then I had to make everything sure muna kasi
Mm-hmm.
if mabuti na yung newbie ka na you're trying tapos you're failing, that's fine, no? Kasi yung magaling-galingan ka tapos mali-mali naman, yung parang nagpapaka-expert ka pero wala naman talagang sense of expertise. So sabi ko, it's gonna be all right, you know. I'm gonna launch this. I'm gonna launch this no matter what. Ilo-launch ko to. Kahit pa lumagabog ako ng bonggang-bongga, sa Vogue na nagabog. Sabi ko, Vogue talaga. Vogue ko to. Vogue, Vogue, Vogue. So, nagabog sa Vogue. Pak! So, I'm gonna fail and some more. And yun nga, isa-Shakira natin to. Sabi, try everything, no? I-Shakira mo na ang lahat. So, try everything. Fail hundred and million times. Pero, rise from
Oo.
the ashes. Be that phoenix. Rise from the ashes and soar. Soar high.
Right,
That's
right.
what we call that
Kasi
ashes.
there was a time talaga last year that Sheena was nowhere. We didn't hear anything from her. Usually, pag nasa group chat siya or nasa kapag one-on-one na chat kayo, ang ano niya, ang ingay niya magsalita. And pati yung language, yung written language niya, maloloka ka. Basahin. Um, Pero suddenly, early this year, she came out. And then, when she came out, ayan na, hindi na niya tinatantanan ang social media. And then that's when we learned na she has this plan already. And it's
Yeah.
like, medyo planchado na. So, we are really looking forward to that,
Yeah.
Sheen.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the love and support, madames of all madams. The mommies of all. Siya talaga ang madames of all madams. Yeah, try everything. Try everything talaga.
Yeah, tapos,
Hi,
when
this is my brother, si Earl.
Siya din yung nagsabi na idol ka niya
Yeah, he's my
kanina sa
brother.
comment dyan. Hi, Earl. He also graduated from UP. Ayan, nakasablay pa siya.
Yes. I-Shakira ang lahat, yes. Laging Shakira talaga.
Oo, kasi friends,
I-belly dance mo lang ang lahat. Mawawala lahat ng stress at pagod.
Sheena is a dancer. I'm looking forward to seeing you, to watching you, ha?
Thank you so
Tapos,
much.
so in a nutshell, what is the business all about before we end?
Okay, so C8 Glocal and C8 Glocal X is Kiss, C8 Glocal X, and then 8 range is red as orange. So C8 Glocal, C8 Glocal Kiss, orange is Studio. B is, you have to be. But Kiss by Sheena Edillie. So that's my name. So everything about this business is globalization. How are we gonna globalize everything? So think global, do local. Glocality,
Yeah, explain
globalism.
please.
That's pretty much it. So globalism and glocality lang talaga. And I have 8 pillars. Kasi I'm very multi-passionate person and I'm a serial entrepreneur. I've been an entrepreneur since I was in elementary, since I can remember, parang ika nga dun sa kanta ni Alanis Morissette na Smiling, I've been working since I can I can remember, since I was young, no? Smiling and pretty forks on the road. So in no particular order, for even in each and every story has a beginning, a middle, and an end. It must be in that we don't have to make a sobrang organized na outline na yung the business because everything is arbitrary, ika ko nga. And everything walang order. So I'm a very messy person. You can see at the back. You can see at the back. That's this ones, the clothes line. I'm gonna launch this for the fashion week in well, ipo-promote ko na ba? But yeah,
Ano ba yan? What
this
do
one,
you mean na fashion week?
yeah,
Yeah.
I'll be part of Independent Fashion Week, International Fashion Week in New York soon. So
Wow, big. Okay.
yeah, so I'm curating things. I've been curating a lot of things. And then at the back you can see all the collections that I've curated. So it's QR8 Ion. So that's curation,
Wow.
ion. So double meaning lahat, metaphorical ang everything. And then, we don't have to be super organized. There's a beauty in chaos. So beautiful chaos, grand chaotic greatness. We don't have to be ashamed, to see, to let the people see all our vulnerabilities, ang lahat ng kalat ng buhay natin. Walang let them judge you or let them embrace you. Ganun lang naman siya, no? So
Let them judge you or let them embrace you.
embrace you,
Beautiful.
love you. They have to love you for whoever you are, Live fabulously or live humbly or live not be. So Minimalist ka, kung minimalist ka, shout out. I admire you for being minimalist, but I'm a maximalist, so max out everything. So more is more for me. More is more for me. I try to live a very minimal life. I try to dress minimally. You know, during our induction, madam, the appointment at the Chongwade, I was
Right.
I was trying to live minimally, no, but I wasn't happy when I saw you. My God, you were so bongga. I was just this. I should have dressed as glamorously as you are, because I am a maximalist myself. I already have a lot of clothes that I made myself. Tapos eto na yung chance, mararampa mo siya sa Blue House, tapos hindi mo ginawa. Ayan, si Madam tuloy, intimidated to the max ako. So, so be yourself, no? When you are yourself, you attract the right people. So, loudly and proudly or silently, it's your thunder, it's your roar, it's your lightning. So just keep on glowing, growing and shining. Just be and enjoy being happiness and gloriousness. Because goodness, we've come all this far, no matter kung ilang taon ka ngayon, we've come this far, no? The power of our heart, yung power ng heartbeat natin, wag natin i-underestimate. Sabi nga dun sa commercial ng Stella Artois, we're 2.5 billion heartbeats. We're born, all of us, pantay-pantay tayo na may 2.5 billion heartbeats. So sabi ko, i-multiply natin ng 83 million more thunder and power. So, it's ours. Take it, another chapter, volumes, and more pages. Keep us all updated and well wishes. So let's go to our pillar. It's the fire, the burning. So first pillar is financial pillar.
Madam, wait lang.
Yeah.
Bawi ako sa'yo. Ayan, shinare ko na yung iyong outfit during Busan.
Oh, that's still minimalist. I was just wearing black. You know, but I have
Yeah,
the
but
another.
with that, with that scarf, belt, scarf.
Yeah, that's Filipino weave.
Yeah, so yung mga mga ganong elements mo sa yung
Thank you.
damit. Okay.
Yeah. So,
Yes, please go on.
Yeah, so I was wearing the Philippine. So kami na Madam Wendy, we really try to wear a lot of our traditional clothes, lahat ng mga elemento ng mga Pilipinas, dala-dala namin yan pag may mga field works kami. Talagang lahat ng pwedeng i-aura namin ni Madam, i-aura namin. Kahit nung nagbusan kami na kailangan namin traditional Korean shoes making, pero ganyan, ma-aura tayo, dala-dala natin yung mga hikaw ng Pilipinas, ganyan. So, that's very important na. So, our 8 pillars ay financial pillar. So, talagang inaano namin na ang advocacy namin sa business namin, sa startups natin, ay financial growth, no? Para financial growth, financial literacy. That's the very, very first foundation talaga. Sabi nila, money can't buy you happiness, you know? It's not about the money, but, but we have to be financially literate. So, kailangan may financial growth tayo. Oo, hindi napapaikot ng mundo. Hindi napapaikot ng pera ang mundo. Pero kailangang literate tayo kasi ano mang gawin natin, kailangan natin ng pera. Okay? Hindi tayo makakain pag wala tayong pera, o mag-farming ka ng mag-farming pero kailangan pa rin ng bumili ng something. Magtanim ka man, mag-garden ka man, kailangan mo pa rin bumili ng something. You have to send your kids to school. You know, free education is not really free education. You really, alam natin yan, Madam, we're both scholars now, but you really have to spend money pa rin, no? So, number 2 is physical pillar. So, another pillar is physical pillar. It's about health and wellness, our physical, our outlook, our aura, and all. Kasi, may financial growth nga. Kung hindi ka naman healthy, kung hindi ka naman what's the use? Gagastusin mo lang lahat sa mga acquired illnesses mo na gawa ng brought to you by your lifestyle. And then the third pillar is emotional pillar. Pwede kang healthy sa labas, but emotionally you're so depressed, you're suicidal. I know because I was. So you know, kahit ganda-gandahan ka, rampa-rampahan ka, but deep inside you're broken and you're heartbroken and so depressed and suicidal. What's the meaning of financial literacy, of being rich or being wealthy? and being healthy. If inside you're not healthy, if mentally you are not,
Mm-hmm.
it means nothing pa rin, no? So, diyan papasok yung bipolar expressionism ko. And then the fourth is spiritual pillar. Spirituality, self-healing, self-love, self-care. You don't have to go to be very religious, or you don't have to be religious at all. Just
Yeah.
your inner you, your inner beauty, your inner power, i-harness mo yan dapat. Okay? So that's the fourth pillar. So matatouch natin lahat yan through books, through docu-series, na ita-translate natin into products. Ano ba yung products and services na pwede natin gawin? So we are developing apps for all of these pillars. And then the fifth pillar is relational pillar. Relationships, family, friendship, team, collaborations. Dito na yung mga collaborators natin na tinatawag natin. Ba't tayo collaborative partnership? Bakit
Partnership, yeah.
bakit ganon? So, yung relationship natin, yung relational pillar natin, paano natin ito ipagyayamanin? Paano natin magagamit lahat ng networks natin? Lahat na ito, katulad ni Madam, when she told me nung this week lang no Madam, suddenly lang this week, mga midweek na ba, Madam, or Monday? So she told me, hey, can I guess you na ganyan, mag-guess ka sa live show siya. Oh, sure, Madam, sure agad, di ba? Kasi tanggihan ko ba naman to, natanggihan ko lang si Madam ng ilang beses.
Oh yeah, the first time was a live stream then sa channel ng KoreaNet before.
Yeah. I really couldn't make it, no, because I was not that confident to go live and all. I was still studying myself. I was still developing myself back then, and I wouldn't dare go live. Di ba sabi ko nga, I would rather be behind the scene, di ba? Lagi akong behind the scene lang. I would rather take photos and videos of you guys and just post them all. But ako yung nasa harapan ng camera, ano lang, sobrang ano lang talaga yung kay Hannah Go, yung nag-share, naging part ako ng video ni Hannah Go, yung isa sa mga segments natin sa KoreaNet. Ano lang talaga yun. I really gathered my strength kasi gusto ko lang kumain talaga ng maanghang na
Yeah.
Yun, Madam. Sa katakawan na
Alright.
yun. Kasi they were looking for someone who could eat spicy food. Di ba walang volunteer? So sabi ko, walang volunteer. Baka naman hindi matuloy yung segment ni Hannah. So I volunteered kasi I can eat spicy food. I grew up in Taguen, Quezon, and we are boundary ng Kabikulan, and both my parents are Bicolanos, Camarines Norte and Camarines Sur. So I can eat siling labuyo.
Yeah.
So
So sorry. And then your sixth pillar.
my sixth pillar is professional pillar. So this is dito na papasok yung startups natin, me being unicorn. When you say you're a startup unicorn, ibig sabihin may stable ka na funding, no? So, ang dream ko talaga maging startup unicorn ako. Sa startup wannabe ako, and then scale up entrepreneurship. That's our professional pillar. Na social entrepreneurship, hopefully social entrepreneurship na yung mga produkto natin at yung mga serbisyo natin ibibigay ay ang magbe-beneficio nito ay mga tao at ang community. So, nandito na yan sa libro na ito. We got this from Busan Summit, during our Busan Summit nung dumating sina Presidente Duterte, lahat ng presidente ng ASEAN Summit at ng mga leaders. 'Di ba? I was the one who was sent dun sa business sa Smart Tech. Yeah.
Smart City.
Yes, at sa Smart City I was chosen to participate then while you were interviewing President Duterte, 'di ba? Earlier that morning. Tama ba, Madam?
Yeah, well, I just covered the event, but I didn't personally interview him.
Okay, but you were there inside the closed door meeting ng with President Duterte.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
So while you were there, I was at the Smart City with the leaders, ASEAN leaders. I was there naman with our team sa KoreaNet, the foreign press of President Moon Jae-in. So and there I found here yung Eco Delta Smart City. So the entire book, this one is 111 pages. Nandito lahat ng key performance indicators. And this is exactly the business plan that I submitted with SGZ. And also with one of the research residency under collaborator with University of Plymouth and UPOU, where I got waitlisted. But ito, yung with in the Philippines, it's gonna be like a feasibility study, a research study. But when I got waitlisted, pinasok ko naman siya, nakakita ako dito, naghanap ako, saan ba pwede kong ipasok ito kasi sayang naman, ganyan. So that was 2018 and then I found out, meron pala dito sa Korea na mga startups, SGC. And then later on, I found out naman, nung nagka-pandemic na, meron pala dito sa Gyeonggi, nandito lang sa amin, sa may Pyeongtaek. So, that's the beauty of the pandemic. Not really beauty, but that's the blessing in disguise of the pandemic, So nandito lahat, pumasok na dito lahat so gusto ko yung sustainable farming, smart city, smart farming, yung Internet of Things, IoT. So that's what we're trying to develop and the apps that we're trying to develop. So I've already talked with some of my friends and colleagues, my classmates back then, tapos yung mga naging classmates ko din sa SGC. They're very helpful without anything na wala akong may pangako sa kanila because I'm bootstrapping myself. They're so willing to help, let's do that, let's do it, ganun talaga sila. I'm gonna volunteer, I'll help you code, I'll help you do the programs, I can help. So that's very meaningful for me. Without anything in return pa lang, nandun talaga tayo sa serbisyo, talagang when you ask something, or even if you don't ask, pag nakita ng tao yung tunay na ikaw, yung tunay na gusto mong gawin, hindi mo na kailangang habulin, ibibigay na siya sa'yo, ibibiyaya na sa'yo siya, ilalapit na talaga sa'yo. So, when I started na mag-boost na ulit ng ng social media ko, and I've been campaigning so hard from January, madam, I went back in January sa Facebook and then Instagram, and I started gently. Sabi ko pero walang kumakagat. I have to be more daring. So there, inumpisahan kong i-theatro ang theatrical ang dating ng mga teasers ko, and then the people naloka sila, what are you doing? And I receive a lot of PMs. Hoy, anong pinaggagawa mo? Tigilan mo yan, halos maghubad ka na. No, people, I'm just being myself. I wasn't even hubad, no? So please lang, shout out sa mga sobrang intrigera dyan, nakakainis na kayo, charot.
Okay. Before you go into that, your seventh pillar is?
Okay. So, with our seventh pillar, nandito na yung hubadera mode, personal growth. So,
akala ko, inaayos ko lang nga tapos babalik pa din pala sa ganun.
So, hubadera mode tayo. I mean, be naked. Be naked with your purity, with your heart, with your intention. Be naked. Let's be metaphorical, no? If I say maging hubadera ka or you dare greatly, it doesn't necessarily mean that you'll go nude, no? But you have to be bare naked. You have to out everything that you are. You have to be true to yourself. You have to be yourself. So that's personal growth. Kasi pag itinago mo na itadago kung anong nasa puso mo, kung nasa damdamin mo, kung sino ikaw, walang ang magiging projection mo sa tao, you're so fake. And we don't want that, no? We don't want to be defined as fake. So, you dare greatly, you live boldly. Yung mga taong makaka-accept sa pagiging daring mo, sa pagiging brave mo dito sa mundong ito, as long as you don't harm anyone, do so, be so. Ganun lang. And then our eighth is after that, pag natapos mo na yung 1 to 7 pillars, life impact. Nandito na po tayo ngayon sa life impact. So, for over 38 years, yung 1 to 7 ay ginapang ko, iniyak ko. Talagang pinangsarswela ko. And then now, the 8th pillar, life impact. Ano yung maibibigay natin sa mundo? Ano yung mako-contribute natin? So, I did a lot of volunteerism under yung kinasasabi ko yung kinakat sa Yongsan, sa Itaewon Global Village, no. I volunteered sa seniors, and then doon nalaman ko ano yung mga needs ng mga seniors natin. Nasabi ko, buti pa dito may mga ganito, kailangan dalhin din natin to sa Philippines, no? Kasi ang ganda ng mga programa, bakit wala nito sa Pilipinas? Bakit napag-iiwanan tayo lagi? So, sabi ko, ilalabas ko na lahat, gayahin nyo na kung gusto nyo gayahin, it's gonna be fine, duplicate everything. I believe in accessibility, hashtag A11Y, A11Y. So that's accessibility, access of information. And I am kesa sa copyright, I'm a copy leftist. There's such thing as copy left.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a volunteer, I'm a contributor, and also, kapainan natin sa mga puso natin at mga isipan natin ng alchemy natin and know our existentialism. Ano ba talagang purpose natin dito sa buhay na to? So, purpose-driven life. Live purposely, driven, boldly, greatly. But, if you need to be gentle, if you need to live gently, do so. Iba-iba naman tayo. So, this is me. This is who I am. And
Mm-hmm.
probably ikaw, matouch mo yung, si Madames of all Madam, she's very gentle. She's a gentle soul. So, pero may, yan si Madam, na medyo nakakatakot. Gentle soul yan si Madam, very sweet magsalita and everything, pero, matindi
Ouch.
din si Madam, no? So, ayun, if you guys know bakit glocal, ngayon pa lang ginagamit ang salitang glocal, no? Even Bill Gates and Melinda sa annual newsletter nila this year, the year global health went local. But I myself, I'm very proud to say na during multiply days, multiply Friendster, and even WordPress and Blogspot, I've been using the word glocal, living la vida glocal, because I so love the song Living la Vida Loca. We danced that when we were in high school. So parang ano ko na siya. So ganon. Tapos pag nagawa na natin itong lahat ng 8 pillars na to, magiging magnate na tayo. Magnate and magnetic yung ating aura. So hopefully, yung 2.5 billion heartbeats natin ay matranslate natin into products, into open AI, into services. Tapos sana, pag naging centi-billionaire na tayo, katulad ni Elon Musk, hopefully, maibalik natin ito sa bayan natin. Actually, kahit hindi pa nga tayo ganito, kasi mapaghati-hatian natin, sana ganon. Sana ganon yung maging sistema natin. And, mag-develop tayo ng mga smart cities at saka mga new towns. Kasi nakita ko, Madam, dun sa Busan, sa summit natin doon, we have a lot of projects under build ni President Duterte. But it will take a lot of years siguro bago siya ma-implement lahat, pero ang ganda ng mga programa. So we need developers, we need entrepreneurs, we need millennials, we need the seniors, we need everyone to collaborately do this collaborative partnership, even the seniors. They're the ones na talagang maraming experiences and all. Just introduce the technology to them and develop apps na madali nila magagamit and everything. So that yung sistema natin, ma-analyze, mapoprocess and everything, mamomonitor natin, mga detection, crime detection, information systems, and all of these things. So that's the concept of a smart city. I-integrate natin yung information and communication technology, which is the ICT, and the various physical devices connected to the IoT, which is the Internet of Things, to network to optimize the efficiency of the city operation or the town operation or your farm operation and services and connect to the citizens. Ganun lang siya kasimple actually, no? Para maging interactive, ma-enhance yung quality, yung performance ng mga services to reduce costs eventually and to the resource consumption and to increase contact between the citizen and the government. So ayun na yun, pag na-increase yung contact between the citizen and the government, nandun na yung collaborative partnership, and then the system will be very transparent. But we need entrepreneurs, we need innovators, we need change makers na gagawa nito. So guys, if you are into this type of things, please slide me a DM. Let's collaborate. Or if you need mentorship, if you need a lot of things, materials for this, and you already are doing these things, let me share all the information that I gathered. I already compiled them. Just let me know. I'm gonna give them all to you free. Basta magawa na lang natin to. Kasi meron na po tayong may mga programa na tayong ginagawa, dine-develop ng Philippine government. So inilabas yan sa mga webinars, sa mga conferences during the Busan, the ASEAN Rock Summit, the first Mekong with Madam Wendy, magkasama kami doon. So nilabas lahat lang yan, lahat ng values, lahat ng power ng internet, ng advancement ng internet, ng technology. But these things, hindi sila internet or focus sa technology, no? These technology advancement are being used and ang focus niya para mapaayos ang takbo ng buhay ng mga tao, ng ecosystem, ng nature, at ng trabaho natin at mag-produce ng mas maraming jobs. Kasi it was in 2008, no? 2008 nga ba? It was in 2008 when we had a major economic crash. Do you remember that, madam? Na-affect ba kayo? Kami naapektuhan kami to sobra. 5 months, almost 5 months kaming walang sweldo ang husband ko, but we really couldn't complain. So economic crash, na ilang ulit pa yan, di ba? Ano yan, global economic crash, even, I think it was under Obama administration, no? So that time and prior to that as well. So yung mga ganun, para maiwasan natin yung mga ganito mga crash ng ekonomiya, kailangan talaga ma-harness yung power ng mga tao sa paggamit nila ng teknolohiya. Igamitin natin, nandito na yung technology. It was given to us freely, no, accidentally and freely, no. So hindi na ako magpapahistory ng internet, but it was way back na first lang siya, parang radio program lang siya ng military, no, to communicate, and then ayun nagsimula na code new numbers, no. The internet is made up of numbers, so nagpunta diyan, and then there hanggang sa naging gato na, tapos nag-develop na ng maraming apps, then na Facebook happened, and then Facebook bought the Instagram and all. So let's do this, people. If you are interested, connect with me, connect with my group, connect with my Sea Angels, with my C8 Core, or connect with Madami ring plan si Madam herself, Madam herself is a change maker. She's also an innovator and a disruptor herself in her own ways, no. She founded one of the biggest club organizations here in Korea, Philippine, amongst the women, no. She was empowering women on her own. Si Madam, imagine that.
No, it was not on my. It was not on my own, ha. It was a group.
Okay,
it was a group
Madam,
effort.
but you led this group for over how long na years, di Madam? So Madames is one of the leaders talaga sa mga kababaihan dito sa Korea. And before I met her sa korea.net as honorary reporter, I was already a follower of her blog. So nung na first time ko magka-batch kami ni Madam ng 7th class 7 tayo, di ba, Madam? But hindi kami nagkakilala doon. The following year pa kami nagkakilala ni Madam during our induction and appointment sa Chongwadena, sa Blue House na. We were inducted by the First Lady herself. Doon pa lang kami nag-meet ni Madam. So after a year, magkasama na kami sa class 7, online friends pa rin kami ni Madam na Pyeongchang already happened and we were already talking about ASA and all. So when I met her during the induction, I was really like, wow, parang starstruck ka, intimidated and all, because she was already a big name sa blogging world dito sa Korea.
No, not at all.
Madam, how would I know when I search I need this, how to apply for this and that, kore visa? Mauuna sa mga search engines yung blog mo. So imagine the power of your blog, your website. The power is there. Ang laking tulong niya sa amin na nandito sa Korea. And I super appreciate that, no? Kasi without the details na nilalagay mo, akala mo noon na parang siguro inisip mo rin. Kasi ganoon din ako nag-start ako mag-vlog. Sino ba magbabasa nito? Parang ang dami na ko sinasabi. Bakit may value ba to? Baka wala. Pero yun nga, sabi natin, di ba? Isang tao lang yung ma-change natin, matulungan natin. You already made a difference. Isang drop man tayo ng dugo, ng pawis o ng tubig sa dagat, pag may weather na nag-impact dyan, eventually, it will cause a ripple effect. Matindi or hindi, gently or sobrang powerful, may effect yan. So, Madam, thank you for your blog kasi you are helping the foreign community here in Korea and even abroad, no? I can see marami kang it has a very, very wide reach, no? Sa mga maraming nagtatanong sa iyo, paano pa makapunta diyan, paano makapag-aral, paano makapagganto, ganyan. and all, and now you're already in YouTube, and you've established your identity, your platform here. And ngayon pa lang ako nagsisimula pa lang ako, I'm so noob and all. I don't even know kanina nung sa nag-StreamYard, madam, paano ba tong StreamYard na to? Just ko Lord, I don't even know StreamYard, no. So, it was madam who introduced me to this application, to this technology, and also small things make big impact. That's true. It's really the small things that nagki-create talaga pag pinagsama-sama. Talaga importante talaga yung mga maliliit na bagay. Yan talaga yung pagtuon ng pansin natin. Akala mo maliit
Yes.
lang, pero it really, really makes a difference in this world. Ngumiti ka nga lang, madam, nababago ng aura ng isang tao. 'Di ba? Isang ngiti lang, halimbawa, sobrang bad trip yung isang tao. Tapos nagsabi ko, "Hi," tapos nginitian mo. Yung puso mo binigay mo sa kanya, nginitian mo siya, yung aura mo binahagi mo sa kanya. And yun, baka yung tao na yun magsi-suicide pala nung araw na yun, you save a life. 'Di ba? You foster a dog,
True,
you
true,
save a life.
true.
You help a child, you save a life. You donated something, you sent the child to school. So yung mga ganung mga bagay po, 'di ba? So make contribution, may impact. Lahat ng bagay na ginagawa natin may impact. Good thing, the good, the bad, and the ugly, may impact lahat yan. Piliin na natin yung good.
Right, I agree with you. And I am looking forward kasi ang daming ideals tayo naririnig from Miss Sheena tonight. And I am one of those who are looking forward na, all these thoughts will be coming to reality. And
Thank
I
you.
will be one of those who will cheer for you kasi I know you've been working hard for that and you're very, very passionate about this one, about this project, about these pillars. So, makikita natin yan and I have no doubt you can do it, you can make it, you can, um, concretize all these plans.
Thank you.
So, friends, I don't have it yet in the description box, but I will put it in the description box, yung Instagram, yung Facebook ng C8 Dulcal, para you can connect with our guest, Miss Sheena, kung ano man ang mga magiging plano ninyo, kung ano man ang magiging tanong ninyo, because I myself have heard so much from her tonight. Sheena, thank you so much.
Thank you
Thank you
so
for the
much.
energy.
Thank you so much.
Always, whenever we meet, it's
You're
always
very
your
much welcome.
umaapaw na energy that, leads the mood, that leads the conversation.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Please connect with us. And madam, thank you for being my cheerleader, my supporter, and marami din tayong mga collaboration na gagawin. I already pitched some to you, and hopefully mag-progress tayo into much bigger collaborative partnership in the future. And everyone, thank you so much for tuning in, for joining us tonight. Sobrang na-appreciate ko the love and support, and I've been reading your comments and all. I really want to talk, to interact with you guys, but I'll just interact mamaya later sa mga comments nyo. Thank you so much.
Yeah, if you have, kasi yung live chat comments will not be visible until tomorrow yata. Pero, friends, if you want to make further comments, you can do it in the comment box so that Miss Sheena here can directly comment with you or interact with you. And also, please follow her on Facebook and Instagram because she would go live every now and then.
Yes, I am doing that. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I don't know how to end this kasi ang taas-taas ng energy ni Sheena. I cannot be on equal energy level. Pero thank you so much sa energy mo tonight, sa mga shinare mo.
Flag natin. Ayan ang Philippine flag natin, ha? So, loud and proud, Filipino tayo.
And for being proud of our Philippine flag is there on display. So, good luck sa lahat ng magiging endeavors mo. Sa lahat ng mga plans.
Lagi tayo may flag. Maliit, big and small, lahat natin dala yan.
Yes. All right. See you again next week. Please, if you want to check on some of the chat time with Wendy episodes, just check on the playlist that we have in the channel, and you can have more chat time episodes such as this one, and you'll be able to learn more. Meron your Freddy saying sayaw Shin before closing. All right. Thank you so much,
Thank
friends, for
you.
tuning in. Thank you very much, Sheena. Good night. Goodbye. See you next week.
Good night. Bye-bye. Thank you. Sarange. Mahal namin kayo.